Alright, welcome back to the Untitled channel. In this video, we're going to have a look at form images. Let's go. Okay, so a lot of times when you're putting together forms and pages and subforms and things like that, you want to put images on those forms, and you want those images to be background images or logos, headers, that sort of thing. Right, I think I've shown in the menus where some images served as the background drop for the menus that were in the header on the left-hand side. And in some of the applications that we have in the application in the App Store, you'll see some of that happening. So I'm going to show you how to add images to your application, and then how to add an image into your form, and how to add it to your form as a background image, and then we'll have a look at the examples of those. Okay, so let's go to the Element Demos application, and we're going to come down here to Images, and you'll see we have adding an image and a background image. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the App Builder. And so, not to be confused with an application that takes images, like you might have a marketing database, for example, where you store the images that you're using on your website or that you use in your brochures or something like that, so that you can track and comment and modify and change whatever. So we've done applications like that before for companies and for the marketing departments. It's not about adding those. We'll go through examples of the way that DocGova handles attachments, that's a different concept than using images as part of your application for backgrounds or for, like I say, company logos and so on. Okay, so let's go to the forms. First let's go to images, and you'll see here, so I can click on here and add a new image. Right, so it says image file, so I can give it a name. When I pick one, it will take a name. So here I can open up to my desktop or whatever and pick a file. It can be a JPEG or a GIF or a BIMP or whatever. And so you add that file. I'm going to show you that I've added a few to the Element Demos database, and these should be in yours too if you've added it to your workspace from the App Store. So this is just a cloud image, the DocGova jellies, a header. So this is just an image that I'll show you that was used as a header in a form as a background image, and same with this one here. Right, so depending on how creative you are, your applications can be really vibrant in how they're used and where you use these images. Okay, so let's go to the image form examples. So there's two. There's the background image, so I'm going to open this one up, this form. And I'm going to come down to, I guess, F image is the other form. Yeah. All right, let me shrink. All right, so here's an example of just a form, and I could add another image here. So I'll like add the jellies here. So if we go down, you'll see that we have the image element, form element, and this can be done on forms, pages, subforms, where you can use these images. So when you drag and drop the image form element, by default, you get a sort of DocGova logo placeholder. And if you click on it, you'll see in the top right, you have a select image button. And if you click on that, then it opens up this image gallery, which is just a gallery of all of the images that you've added to this application. In this case, I'm just going to pick the jellies and insert the image. And so there it is right there. If I click on it, I have other properties, so I can change the width of it. Now, there's a width and a height, but we only give you one dimension because for the most part, we imagine that you want to just keep the ratio of the height and width the same. And so in order to do that, we only change one of the elements, either the height or width. We chose width. So if you want to make this bigger or smaller, you would just change the width to a certain pixel size. If you wanted to change the height instead, then you can go into the style and go into the other style and say height colon, and then put in 100 px or whatever you want to put in there. And other styles here, just to show you, in the context of the table row that this image is in, I can click on center, I can click on right justify, so I can move my image around and use it like a logo in the top right of my form, for example, that sort of thing. And other things that, you know, some of these styles here, because they're on every element, don't make sense. So to italicize your image doesn't make sense, so those won't work, for example. Just suffice it to say that that's how easy it is to add an image to your form. I'm not going to save this particular one, but we're going to go and see this form with just the cloud in it. The other form here was the background image. So you can add background images to panels. So you notice I have a panel here and I have another panel here down below. And when I click on a panel, I get the panel properties in the right hand side here, and you'll see the background image. And I can click on here and pick the background image, and that's what I've done with both of these. The background, you know, can be scroll, or you can fix it. So, you know, you can have like a draft background image, and as you scroll the document, you can keep that background image static, fixed in place, and stuff like that, to center it, where to position it as a background image, for example. So you have all those properties to fool around with. And let's just go and have a look at it. Pretty easy concept. So images here, so this is just the simple adding of that cloud image. And just to show what it looks like in edit mode, there, you know, there it is. It's an image that we had added in there. And the background images example here, when I open it, you'll see that it's just, yeah, that's what it is. It has the images as backgrounds. And the thing is too, is that the images are kind of behind the panels. So if I shrink that top panel down even more, you'll notice, I don't know if you can notice or if you did notice, but the background here, let's go and have a look at it again. See how you can see these guys shaking hands and stuff like that. But the actual, you know, runtime form, that top panel is a little smaller. So just to show that that background can be like that. Now I could expand that panel to be a little bit more to show more of the graphic, or I could shrink it some more so that some of the graphics there, just to show that you know, the graphic isn't bleeding outside of the panel that it's in. All right, so pretty easy concept there for images, just to show you how to add images to your forms. They can be added to pages and subforms as well in the same manner that I did there, just to make your you know, applications look, you know, really nice. And it's really up to your creativity to you know, in terms of how you lay out the images in your app and make it look really cool. Okay, so that's it for images for now. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, questions and comments below, and if you would be so kind as to click on that like button, it helps us. Thanks so much for dropping by for this video. See you on the next one.